Community servers still down. Community server admin abuse levels are through the roof. And false bans, how many are there? Do we still not have a concrete 100% way of banning cheaters? And one thing I am going to do very briefly in this video at the start is going to be talking about how I got my community servers working, as everybody and their nan's cat wants to have a community server and they are always looking for the answers. I've never seen so many people ask me questions before. You would have thought I worked at Gportal. Sadly, actually no, not sadly, I don't want to work for them, and no, I don't work for them, but I am going to tell you how I got my community servers running. So what you're going to have to do is go to the console, which is in your My Servers menu. Once you do that, you have to then type in this prompt that I'm going to put in the description as well, so you can just copy and paste it. Type in OwnerID space quotation mark your gamer tag, whether that's got any spaces or underscores if you're PS or Xbox, and then quotation mark and hit enter. This will then make you, the player, the owner of the server. Now, I tried to do this, but I wasn't getting any connection, and thus not having the community server live on the community page on Rust Console. This is pretty much the thing that you need to do to get your Rust Console community server up and running. And once you've done that, if you just take away the owner ID and type in AdminID, keeping your gamer tag in the quotation marks, then that will set you as admin, or that will set anyone that you put in terms of a gamer tag admin of your server. Now once that's done, this is what I did next. I went to the basic settings for the Rust Console community server, and anything that I changed, you just then hit save. And once you've then hit save, it should say starting, where the green icon or shuffle button is. In the video it will say online because my server is still live and I'm not gonna wipe it for no reason, but that is what it's going to say. It's just going to simply say starting or offline, and then it should switch back to online. And once that's done, you then hit restart next to the online button. Once that happens, you then just go to the console page on the community servers on Gportal, and it should just have a log of what's happening and loading up the community server, the map, the prefabs, the trees, launch site, all the monuments, everything like that. But be careful, if you add so much onto the map, it could take longer to do this, so be obviously realistic of what you can fit within the map. If it's a small map, try not to fit any monuments at all, then that will run faster, you'll be able to get your server up quicker. However, if you're picking a large map, don't go overboard with the monuments, stick to what the hardware can do. And then you will see at the end of the console log ending save attempt. That means that it's saved and the server is live. And I hope that quick tutorial helps you set up your community server. If it didn't, well, I don't have anything else to tell you. Go to the Gportal website and go onto their facts or wikis about setting up a Rust Console community server, and you should have a lot more answers there for you in detail. Rust Console community servers are still down. Yes, there's actually a lot that are still down on Rust Console, and some that are pretty big. So as you may or may not know, I've done a video with Obi, which done very well in terms of banning cheaters. Now Obi has his own separate community servers. He has a few of them, some that I believe might be running at this moment in time, but quite a few that I've looked in the Discord say they're not running. And this is someone with over 100,000 subscribers, the biggest content creator on the YouTube platform for this game, and his servers are still down and not saying they're live. So for anyone thinking that content creators got stuff early, sure, they got community servers early for testing on PTB, but it still doesn't warrant you getting there first with community servers or deem that your community server is going to work before anyone else. Now there's a lot of answers and a lot of questions surrounding how do you get your community server to work. There's a lot of factors going into how it can work. It's down to your connection and down to the prompts you put in on the console log and how much you put within the map itself in terms of monuments, and whether it's a 3 times, how much loot you're going to have, because that can all slow it down and make the process longer for your community server to work. As said at the start of the video, I would recommend going to the Gportal website. They have all the detailed answers for you. But let's talk about something that is huge right now. It's a huge topic, and that is admin abuse on Rust Console community servers. We all knew admin abuse was going to be a thing. We saw that in PTB where people were blowing up bases for no reason. However, there's two sides of the coin with admin abuse. There is the people that are generally admin abusing, and then there is the excuse of if you lose a fight with someone that is an admin, also happens to be an admin, and they win a fight with you, they cry wolf and say you're admin abusing, you're cheating, this and that. Now I have to say, this has happened quite often in the CNQR Warfare community server. Now I do believe to an extent that you do have a right to complain. If you're playing against someone that has an admin badge or had admin rights or mod rights to that server and you're fighting them and you lose, of course it's going to run through your mind, these people are just admin abusing at this point. In this case, we live right outside of launch, and we went to a load of launch events that we host for people to gain loot very easily and start their snowball off very quickly, and so it just gets them into the server a lot easier and it's less of a grind. Since it is a 2 times, it is allowing you to do that. But in this case, Z-Love was getting a lot of reports saying he was admin abusing when we literally just live outside of launch. So he just kept on spinning back because, you know, we got loot from the event as well. So he was just spinning back in whatever loot we had. We're not crafting from the menus of this. We're not cheating in any way. We are just generally spinning back fast because we have respawns outside of launch because that's where our base is built. And loads of other bases are built outside of launch as well. So it was all fair game. So I do get that there is a valid excuse or a valid point to be had with people admin abusing, or when you are fighting someone, you're kind of thinking, these guys have got to be admin abusing. It's the same as cheating. If you get beamed a grid away, you're not all going to automatically think they're a good player unless you just start playing the game. If you're experienced, you're just going to think that's a bit dodgy. Same as if you get killed by someone, you find out it was an admin, you're going to think that's admin abuse. I do level and agree with the average player there who don't have a community server and they get killed by admins. Something we want to do is have alt accounts. So we have the admins for only a couple of players on their mains, so we get through stuff and people are able to send us messages quickly. However, I have, you know, told a lot of people to go on alt accounts, so if you are going to fight, you can play on the alt account and not have admin rights, so people can feel safe, can feel it's a fair fight, and there's nothing involved in terms of admin abuse. If you have gotten to this point of this video, leave a comment down below on the worst admin abuse moment you've seen an admin do. Whether it be give loot out to a specific friend, or blow your base up for no reason other than they killed you or you killed them at a Brad fight and they didn't like it. Let's talk about a topic that is never not gonna be a popular topic to talk about, and that is cheating on this game. Something that I've been speaking about for God knows how long, since the dawn of time for this game. And for some people, they like hearing it because it's, you know, unfiltered and straight to the point, and to others, they're bored of it. And for both people, I can resonate with you. I am quite bored of talking about this. However, it's something that is popular within the community as a discussion and as a topic, so we're going to talk about it real quick and from my perspective of being an admin at this moment in time. Now I want to share a clip to you as to how I like to admin my server and the server that CNQR have. So I'll roll that clip now. Someone basically switched to mouse and keyboard on their TikTok. They have a video of them playing on mouse or you know, supposedly playing on mouse and keyboard. You cannot do those type of shakes or movements on controller, so it's for sure 100% in my opinion mouse and keyboard. But I spectated him and the connection was really laggy. For some reason, when you're spectating someone, it's laggy, so I couldn't get a definitive answer whether he switched back to a controller or he was still mouse and keyboard. So I got him into the party and I spoke to him and I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Yo, Smacks.
What's up, bro?
I'm gonna be real with you. We've been given a video of you on TikTok about you switching.
Bro, I didn't switch, bro. I don't have nothing.
About switching to Zim. The gameplay is quite clearly Zim.
Oh shoot,
Bro,
buddy really thinks he was Zim.
bro, I'm
Wait.
bro.
What made you think he was Zim? Where's the proof?
What do you mean? No, the proof is in the gameplay that I've been shown. But on your TikTok.
I mean, oh, his TikTok?
On Smacks' TikTok, yeah.
He's legit right now. Trust.
Yeah, I'm controller, bro.
Well, look, I'm not one for mod abusing, and if it was a little easier to tell in terms of spectating, I'd probably ban you. But since it's been laggy as fuck, I don't know if it's because it's high pop or whatnot. I want to give you the benefit of the doubt that you've switched back. But if I see any type of gameplay or when I'm spectating any type of shit that is sus, because we've already seen the video of you clearly playing on a mouse and keyboard, then you're done. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Alright, so
Alright.
as long as he stays legit?
As long as I'm looking when I've spectating you and Yes, you're looking legit, yeah. But
I bet.
if there's any type of sim shake and there's no lag involved in the clip that I'm looking at, then you'll be banned.
Alright.
They ended up getting banned because of those Zim shakes that we basically got given. So we have a mod team for the CNQR server and Discord, and they send in every clip that they can that they've captured of a cheater that they believe is cheating, and by that point we all make a decision on what happens to those players. Now I've had to put my Ethernet cable into my Xbox, even though this is on an EU server and my ping should be good. When spectating people, it's still laggy. Zen players, I mean, it's harder to tell if someone's Zen than they are Zim, because the holographic does not move. So we're still trying to get to grips with what's the best way to tell if a player is Zen. Do we try and get them to do a full bullet spray of that weapon, whether we're like on top of dome and we're shooting down at them and they shoot up, trying to, you know, defend themselves. We're trying to gauge a way for it to happen without them knowing we're spectating them, because as you know, as a cheater, you're just going to be like, no, I'm not going to show my weapon spray as best as it can be. I'm going to show as a bit of a circle spray, as you put it. So right now there isn't a definitive way to tell who's legit and who's not. It's a lot easier for Zim players to be found out than Zen players, which in my opinion Zim is worse than Zen anyway, so that isn't so much of a problem. However, we're trying to make our server legit, as fair and as fun as possible for people to come on, enjoy their time on the server, build a big base or whatever base they want to build, and just have a good time in general. There's been a lot of bans shared out, some that have been easy, some that have been hard to come to a conclusion with, but that's just the way it is with an admin. So if you do join up the server, please be aware that we do look extensively into each report, whether someone is banned, whether someone is not banned and it was a false report, or if there's any admin abuse. We take that stuff, me included, very, very seriously. That's not to happen. The only times you might see us flying around is if we're in your base because, you know, you've been reported for being, you know, for cheating or whatnot, or if we're doing events. As well, you're allowed a team up to 10 players. We've allowed the account to be up to 10, and there's no code locks. So anyone that you team up with, so let's say you team up with a 5-man, that 5-man will have code locks or your codes automatically on your base. They basically have access to your base, so you do not have to put in any type of code. They can just come in, you join up in a team, and they'll be able to open every door in your base, making it easy for you to just get started and get on with your wipe. So yeah, we've looked into hopefully how you can fix your community servers from how I do it from experience. We've looked into admin abusing, the valid points that people have towards admin abuse, and you shouldn't really be playing the game seriously. If you're an admin on that account, you should have an alt account so it's fair. And as always with the cheating problem this game has, how we're combating it with the spectator mode that we have, that's all we really have. I've made a really good video in my opinion that I think should have had more views, to do with how we could tell if someone is legit or not, and that's having a spray side by side with their spray like PC do. I'll leave the thumbnail and maybe a bit of a clip from that video in this one, so you just get a little idea of what that video was about. As always, my socials are in the link in the description below. You can join up the Discord as well. Please do join that up. I talk in there regularly with people, just chilling about Rust or anything else. Subscribe if you are new around here. Thank you for all the support that you've been giving me. It doesn't go unnoticed, I promise you that. And as always, see you in the next one.